when I was coming up or whatever, right? It was this TV show I used to watch, and it was called Seventh Heaven. It was about angels. Now, I already know that most things and most of the information that's given to us here in this reality that we call Earth, I already know that most of that is either lies or backwards. So I used to watch this show called Seventh Heaven when I was a kid about angels. So this is the thing, right? Because I already know that most of the information is fake or is completely backwards. Um, Seventh Heaven. Well, there's a thing called the heavens, and then there's a thing called another heaven, and then there's a thing called another heaven. Now, from the information that I have connected to, it has told me that there are only three heavens, which makes more sense. But religious people, this is what they have told me. They have said that the first heaven is where the birds fly, where you can sing and the birds fly, which I'm assuming would be under the clouds, under the first level of clouds or whatever, or under the clouds period, where you can sing, where you can look up to the sky and you can see the clouds right underneath it there where the birds fly. That would be the first heaven. So the second heaven, I'm assuming, would be over those clouds. Okay? Over those clouds. So they said that the Almighty lives in the third heavens. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So the third heavens, right? I ain't 100% sure about this, but if I had to guess, I would think that the third heavens possibly could be right outside of Earth. Basically outer space. You know what I'm saying? So if that's where God lives, and you have the sun and the moon up there above the earth, this is the crazy part. So in the Bible, they talk about um, God created Adam and Eve, right? So what God did was he pulled Adam basically from the earth, okay, and then he took a rib from Adam and created Eve. So what if I was to tell you this? What if I was to tell you that Adam was the sun, Eve was the moon, and then the sun and the moon created the earth, right? Okay. And then, basically they say through Adam and Eve, all humans were created. Okay. So, what if I was to tell you Adam was the sun, Eve was the moon, and they created the earth, but everybody on earth weren't just people like you assume that we are. We are actually all planets. Okay? And we created the whole everything. Like, so what I mean by everything is every person you see is a planet in outer space. What if I was to tell you that every person you see was a planet in outer space? That would mess your mind up, wouldn't it? Okay. So this is just something I'm running through my brain at the moment. But I want to kind of think a little bit more about this thing about pulling a rib from Adam. Now, what if the thing about pulling the rib from Adam, God pulling the rib from Adam, and it says that I think it says he was in like a um I don't know what it was, but like a state of being asleep or something, like, whatever. Right. So the rib. Now, with the Bible, it has a lot of figurative stuff. You know what I mean? And when I say figurative, figurative to me means fake. So to me, it means just like they say Jewish, it means ain't quite what it says it is. So I think we should try to look into what rib really means. You know what I mean? What rib really means. Okay? So if I was to break this down a little bit more, and I'm saying that Adam is the sun, Eve is the moon, and then they populated the earth. So I'm kind of saying Adam is the sun, Eve is the moon, and they populated the whole universe, the whole everything. But instead of it being people, how it's described on Earth, it's actually planets. How it's described in outer space. So this was just something that was running through my mind today. I wanted to hurry up and get it out. You know what I mean? So once again, this is Master and Teach GF checking in and checking out. Peace.